We got a small block Chevy here for piston cutters performance. So Pat's got a carburetor he wants to test it here, and then after that,
we're gonna be running it on E.F.I.
Pat, I'm ready to push the button. You ready?
Born ready, man.
Okay, here we go. Welcome to my shop. This is Nick's Garage. Well, we got something different here today. We got a small block Chevy that was not built by us. It was built by someone else, which I'm going to introduce in a second. We've got a small block Chevy that he just came and wanted to dyno test it because he's got a whole bunch of viewers on his own channel. Let me introduce you to him. His name is Pat from Ontario, and there he is.
What is going on, guys? It's Pat, actually in Nick's Garage, and I know a lot of you don't recognize me because I don't show my face. My channel, a little bit of an obscure name, but if you guys know me, it's Piss Cutter Performance. Look it up, you'll see what it means. It's nothing vulgar. What I want to do is make this special because this is the YouTube 355 that everyone's asking about. And if you guys are unfamiliar with that, it's an engine actually built by the choices that you guys made. So let's check it out.
So you had viewers that were choosing the parts you wanted to install and build this engine.
So basically what I did is I gave guys the option. We started with the block. We went to a more, we ended up voting on, this is a late model block, so it's an 880 block, like a Vortec one-piece rear main seal. I gave him options for heads, which ended up being these aluminum DNA performance head. What cam we went with a Summit Racing roller cam. Went with an air gap intake, and basically everything I put down to a vote in the comments, and this is what we end up with. I don't know how much power it's going to make. This is not a combination I've ran. It's 355 cubic inches, 9.75 to 1 compression. So we'll see. It's really just, it's just for the viewers. You know what I mean?
This is cool. So you had a lot of your viewers pick and choose the part that they wanted to try, and you had to put a package together.
A lot of this stuff is this is a regular guy's engine. This is not a race engine. This is what most guys are building.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Like I have the same.
Pump gas, like this is what most guys will be putting in their, you know, Chevelle or Camaro. So that's kind of what I was focusing on, but letting the viewers pick what they want to see, because not everyone, you know, has a chance to like dyno test everything. So it might give some guys that are building a similar combo an idea of what they're looking at for power. So
that's very interesting, something different. You know what? We haven't got it started yet, so we're just about to get started.
Yeah, we're ready to
We
rock.
don't know what kind of power we're looking at.
No idea.
No torque numbers. We don't know anything.
Yeah.
We've got a 750 Hall here, HP, that we just got from the dyno room. So we're gonna get it running. And we also got a belt-driven water pump. As you guys can see, not an electric water pump, so this is the way Pat brought it in. So we're gonna run it this way. And it doesn't matter, so I can't wait to get it started. Now, if my viewers were to choose parts, if I were to build an engine, ask my viewers,
I wonder what you'd end up with.
They would probably take everything mixed over plus 1,000 horsepower.
Yeah,
Big cams, big heads, big intakes. But it doesn't matter. You know what? We have a bunch of great viewers, and I'm sure you do also.
Yeah.
So let's get it started, and let's see how it goes. And then when we get it done running with the carburetor, Pat's got something else up his sleeve. Pat, what do you got here?
We're gonna do carb versus E.F.I 2.0. We got an atomic E.F.I, which is very similar to a Holly Sniper. So we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna do some laptop tuning on it, and we're gonna see if we can match Nick's carb tuning with her horsepower on this this bad girl, as long as everything goes good.
That should be pretty interesting. So let's see how it goes. E.F.I, electronic fuel injection. We're gonna do that right after we finish carburetor testing.
I'd like to give a shout out to my family watching. I have 2 beautiful daughters at home and a beautiful wife. Ruby, she's my 2.5-year-old. She really loves Nick's Garage too. We watch it together. We watch Friday Night Live, usually at bath time, and she loves it. So she'll be stoked to finally see her dad's face on video. So it's gonna be good.
So stay tuned. I wanna say hello to Ruby and Fiona. Pat, I'm ready to push the button. You ready?
Born
Let's
ready,
get started.
man. Born ready.
Here we go. We've got a beautiful day here, Friday morning here at the shop, and it's pouring rain outside, and it's cold and windy. But you know what? We're going to be inside here dyno testing, so it's the perfect day to do it. After all, I wish it were a better day, dry day.
It's a little damp, but that's okay.
It's a humid day, but we'll give it our best shot. Is this your first visit in Quebec?
No. The last time I was here was I went to ICAR.
ICAR, okay,
Yeah,
that's
I did,
right. That's right.
I did some track testing there.
I heard you got you bought a poutine yesterday to eat.
You know what? I went to McDonald's. I was gonna get a Big Mac, and he said, "Do you want a poutine with it?" And I said, "Heck yeah, I want a poutine with it." I went in Rome, right?
You're in Quebec. You might as well have one. No?
It was delicious.
That's
I
it.
took it back to the hotel room. It was great.
You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna start it, make one little test, just to heat sink the block.
Yeah.
So you got the timing set up and everything?
It should be pretty good. Yeah, I think
Okay.
it's at 32.
If you wish, let's put a timing light on it.
Yep.
So when I get it started, you know right away. Yeah, we'll put mine for now.
I brought a spare because I know how much Nick doesn't like timing lights sometimes.
Yeah, I've gone through a few timer lights here, let me tell you. We're gonna give it some time to warm up, okay?
Yep.
You got a belt-driven water pump, so we got a little thermostat. I think I have it set at 170 degrees Fahrenheit. Anyways, let's warm it up. We'll take it from there.
Beauty.
Okay, fuel pump.
Yeah, we got fuel coming in. That's good.
It's good.
No
All right.
leaks. Everything looks good.
And we got ignition. Okay, I'm ready. Here we go. O2 sensors right here. Air fuel ratio, and you can see everything else.
Like 28.
Running rich. That works. Good. What temperature you want to run it at?
What, 160?
150?
What do you normally run?
I don't know, we'll go 170.
Okay.
135. I want to see this
We're
right.
gonna see. We're gonna try.
You ready, Pat?
No leaks. Yeah, looks good.
Okay. That's I'm gonna have to adjust the absorber because right here we have to be in the yellow mark. Okay.
Yeah.
Watch this. Start. Got the information. You hear it pinging? So let's see what we got. What did I tell you? I had a feeling.
Ah,
Look at that. It's pretty good, eh?
That's not bad. What are we, so 369 there.
That's right, and it's still climbing.
Yeah, I figured it should make peak power. I figured torque around 45-ish, 46 maybe.
Up there, there's the RPM right there.
And then I figured it's gonna pull that cam probably 6.
That's it. It's doing pretty good.
Yeah, that's good.
I thought you should make over
I was hoping
350.
4.25, to be honest.
4.25?
That's what the hope was, but I don't know.
You know what?
It is aluminum Chinese head, so but they actually flow to. If anyone's wondering, people love the data. I did some cleanup port work to them. They do flow 270 on the flow bench with a 202 valve. So
270.
Yeah.
So you got potential for.
It's got power. Yeah, I think that honestly, I think that what is the cam that's it's not in the compression. It's only 9.75.
Okay.
224 at 50, 236 on the exhaust. So it's not.
Let me ask you, did you hear it pinging when I loaded it?
Did you?
Yeah, I think I did. I'm not sure. How much the timing?
33.
33? Listen, let me put a load on it and pay attention,
Yeah,
okay? So let's put the fan back on. Let's get going. Now the water temperature, we got to run because now, you know, the hottest point of an engine is when you turn it off.
Yeah, 100%.
So let's go. So it's we're on the right track. Look, it's doing good. Gonna let go. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we're not mopping the floor yet, so that's a good.
I'm gonna put this on. Anyways, you have good ears, right?
Yeah.
Watch this. If you hear it pinging, stop me, all right? So
Yeah.
we'll turn it off. We'll back up the timing, okay?
Okay.
So we're heating up the engine right now so we can get our good numbers later on. So let's see, did you hear it pinging?
I thought maybe when it came down low for a second, I
Yeah.
might have, but.
Okay, if you want, like I said, you can play around with the timing, whatever you wish. Here we go, we're on the right direction, check it out.
You hear pinging on it?
You know what, I like to wear these because I've gone deaf at my age, so I just gotta make sure. Do we need to go to a higher RPM? What do you think?
Yeah.
Look at that. It seems like, here, let's take a look at this. Correct, up here. Yeah, it's still climbing, man. Still going. It bogged a bit, but you know what? I'm going to bring it up to RPM slower, okay, just to be sure. You want to bring it to another higher level, the RPM?
Yeah.
What do you want to take it to? I've got it,
What do you have? 551?
I got it at 5,000.
I don't know. I'd say at least 55.
55?
Yeah.
Let's go.
This thing, we're here to test it, man. Let's push it up. Let's push it.
That's why we're here. Okay, well now we're going to take it up to 5,500 RPMs because we're still making power at 5,000, so we're going to go to 55. Here we go. You know, you can make about 5 more horsepower than an electric water pump, just to let you know.
Yeah.
Okay? Well, we're going to do all our testing with the belt.
What you find? It's usually about 5?
Yeah, 4 or 5, depending on the engine, you know. 4 to 5 horsepower. So you got good numbers so far. From a simple V8 350 small block Chevy. 355, yeah.
Just a 350. Like, I mean, we'd be making a little bit more power and torque if it was a 383, but
Yeah.
this is cheaper option for a lot of people, right?
A second. Good. Here we go, 5,500 RPMs.
Running a little lean, eh?
Let's check it out. Now, 377 is still going. Want to check the air fuel ratio? It's right here. 13, 13.4. Yeah, I like to have a 12.9.
Yeah.
12.6. I'm sorry, 12.9, 13.1, 13.2. I've run some engines over here at this RPM. So when you're cruising, when you're driving down the street, you're running 12.7, 13 or so.
Yeah.
It's really not that bad. Yeah, and you know what? I think your peak power is going to be in a low 5,000s. I want to show you. See where it is at 379. We're at 380 horsepower at 5,300. Your torque numbers, I like to get it to 400. What do you think?
Yeah.
And your timing is what you said?
Yeah, we can bump.
Which is pretty good where you're at.
32, 33. We can bump it up a little bit.
You want to give it a little advance, right? It's leaking on top. Sometimes you know what you do? I put double gaskets.
That's 2 on there already.
Black and red, eh?
I did that already. She's still leaking a little.
Did you deck the block?
Yeah.
You know what happens? You're bringing down the intake.
Yeah.
And now the distributor's
that's
too
why I
long.
put 2 gaskets in.
Now put 3 gaskets.
Yeah, I might need it.
Here, come on this side. Come on this side. Well, you want me to get a Chevy key? I can bring you a Chevy key. Just advance it a little bit.
I should be able to get in there.
It sounds healthy.
Yeah. Yeah, we might.
Because if you look at it right here, the mark is exactly where it was before.
Was it?
Yeah. If you want to advance it more.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Now I think
that?
you gave it like 2 degrees.
That's what I wanted.
Okay. It looks like 2 degrees to me. I know I've done so many distributors. I'm pretty good.
I mean, we can just run it and check.
No oil leaks. That's pretty good. Got no oil leaks whatsoever. Good stuff. So we advanced to 2 degrees. We'll make another test back to back. What do you say?
Let's check it out.
No other changes? Okay, let's go. Put the fan on, cool down the room, and let's go. All 2 sets are on. Water at 181. Let's get it down a bit. The RPM came up, eh?
It's got lots of vacuum.
Yeah, I just got to bring down the RPM. You got good vacuum if you have a car with power brakes.
Yeah, you're 16 inches or so. That's 1,000.
okay.
It's not bad.
Let's go now. So we advance the timing 2 more degrees, and let's go.
Like that.
Screaming, eh? There we go. You need more advance.
We hit 400 and 400.
Yeah, that's right. You need more timing. Check it out. All right, you do good. We're almost at 417.
I really like that timing.
4,700 RPM. We got 417 foot-pounds of torque. 416 horsepower. Look at that. I think you need to go higher RPM. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm thinking it should pull. It should pull this. It should pull to 6.
Yeah.
With that cam, just given. Yeah, look at it.
It's still climbing. Still climbing.
It's gonna be about right.
So we might have to give it a few more RPMs. So what do you want to do? We're at 5,600 RPM. How much more? Do you want to go further up on RPMs? Look, your max horsepower.
Yeah, we'll go until high as we want.
You know, these,
it doesn't bother me.
Okay, yeah, you know that these engines go easy, $6,000.
Let's send it.
$6,000?
Sure.
Okay, 6,000. There we go.
This motor is here for testing. This is for the viewers, the testing of. So if we're gonna go to $6,000, we'll go as high as we want. It is a hydraulic cam, but.
And it's a roller cam. You got good spring pressure there too.
Yeah, they're beehives, so.
Oh, beehives, eh?
Yeah.
Nice. We'll go to 6,000 RPM. Are we gonna hit there? So you're aiming for 4.25?
I was hoping. I knew it might be a little bit of a stretch.
So far,
it's looking promising. We might be able to.
You know, from the cheap set heads you buy, then you pour them out. They're doing a good job.
I don't know if I told you this. When I bought those heads, so pre-COVID, when everything went nuts, they were 168 US a casting.
Okay, bare heads.
Bare heads, which is crazy, really, for aluminum heads.
it.
I did clean up on them and added my own valves and springs and hardware, but 168 bucks casting, right? What do you expect, really, right? And they're actually half decent. I know sometimes people get these heads and they're not so great, but this in particular set I got is actually half decent. So
I wanted to ask, what timing do we have right now? We have
so it should be around 34, 35. Let's throw you want me to throw a timing light on it?
If you wish, throw a timing light and
put a few more.
We're gonna
really like the timing.
I know it did. Maybe we could get more if we advance it more. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
Okay, let's check the timing. Let's go. We're gonna try to max it out with the carburetor before we go to E.F.I. Ready?
Yeah, we'll try it.
Okay, ready?
And then we went up on RPM too, right?
Okay, here we go. Yeah, we're gonna go to 6,000. Is that okay?
Perfect.
Again, yeah. Boy, you gotta rev this motor.
Wow, it's still pulling, eh?
Still pulling. 6,500?
That's not bad for a hydraulic roller, eh?
No, it's not bad at all. Not bad at all.
420 short, 419.
Torque, you're in the 400, 410, no, 413, 419, 420. Yeah, 420 right here. 419.5. When you got an odd number, it's the next number, so it's 420 at 4,800 RPM.
Yeah.
So you have 420 foot-pounds of torque. It's not bad.
421 horsepower.
And
not bad for a 355, right?
And now, that's right, not bad at all. And we're at 421.
It's a wide lobe separation. It's a 112 lobe separation, so the torque will be pretty soft, I think, but it should carry though. That's why it's revving so high, right?
And you're going to 6 grand right now.
I think we can go higher. What do you?
Okay,
let's
check the super to see if it didn't move, and then we'll see. We might have to take it a higher RPM. Stay. It didn't move, eh? You know, just make sure it's tight. So I think the timing is good there. Yeah, it didn't move. It's good. You got is that a stud?
It's a bolt.
Is it a long bolt?
It's fairly long. It's pretty tight.
Okay. Now.
I don't want to go much higher than that.
We're at 6,000 RPM. Do you wish to go further up?
I think we go a little bit higher. Maybe we throw a spacer on it.
Wait, let me check the air fuel ratio.
Okay, yeah. Are we going lean?
No, we're gonna have to richen it up a bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to richen it up.
I'll probably.
So we're gonna go up with a few numbers on the carburetor.
Because you got to make sure.
Yeah, I don't want.
If we're gonna go E.F.I, because the E.F.I is gonna blow the carb out of the water. I'm just kidding.
Well, from what I see, I don't think you maxed out yet with the carburetor.
Yeah.
Because we could run a little bit rich because we're running lean at 13.8.
Where's vacuum?
Vacuum? Right here on the first page. Right there. So the carburetor size is perfect.
It's anything.
Good,
right?
Once we go 1.5 and further,
well, they rate them at 1.5, right?
Yeah. So this is perfect.
Unless they're a
1.1,
2-barrel or whatever. I think they rate 2 barrels at 3, right?
That's right. But the air fuel ratio is kind of on the lean side. I prefer to richen it out a bit.
Yeah.
But it only got lean at really after 5,500 RPM. But you know, we'll put up a few numbers on both sides.
Yeah. What are you thinking? Like 4?
Maybe I'd go up by 13.7. Yeah, 4 numbers.
4, yeah.
4 numbers. You want to try? Let's go.
Do it.
Okay.
We got to give carb a fighting chance, you know?
Sorry?
We got to give the carb a fighting chance.
Of course. We gotta match apples with apples. So we're going to run a carburetor, we want to run the same air-fuel ratio like your E.F.I. So we're going to rinse out the carburetor. We're not going to touch the timing. And hopefully we want to get our numbers in the high 12s, low 13s air-fuel ratio to max out the horsepower before we go to E.F.I. So let's go ahead and change the jets. We just did a jet swap, so we went to bigger jets. In other words, we want to run a little bit much more richer because we're running kind of lean. So we just went from 76 jets to 80 jets, and now we're going to make another test. We want to make sure we don't run too lean, and we're going to take it from there. Okay, we're ready?
I believe so.
Okay, this is good. Fuel lines are on.
Fuel lines on, that's on.
Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
All right, we're ready to go. Let's go. O2 sensor on. So now that's the best test, and we're going to continue with that.
Perfect.
So we're going to 6,000 again RPMs. O2 sensor is going to go on, and put the fan on, and let's go. Okay. Check out your vacuum, man. 800 RPM. We're going to vacuum.
Isn't that nice?
Nice, very good. Okay, I'm ready whenever you are. We're just gonna bring up the water
ready.
temperature. We'll bring it up to, where do we run it there at? 165, so we'll bring it at the same numbers?
170, yeah.
Okay. Let it warm up a little bit, get the coolant to the same parameters, and then we'll do the testing.
Jet change was almost bang on.
When you
424.6.
Yeah, you're getting your numbers. When you see red here, then it's a danger zone. Okay?
It was nice.
All right, here we go.
I think it danced around 13.
Yeah, we're good, man. We're good. Air fuel is
perfect,
right
yeah.
on the money.
4 jets was nice.
13 flat, 12, 9, 13, 13, 1. Air fuel ratio is perfect. And you got your 424.6 at 6,000 RPM. Torque numbers, 417. 417 at 4,700 RPM.
Yeah, we picked
Looks
up
pretty good.
We picked up power everywhere.
So I think you maxed out your timing. You said it was 36, 37 degrees. Air fuel ratio is good.
So we're still climbing a little bit.
Still climbing. Do you want to go a little bit further?
Let's go 62, 63, and I think we'll hit 425.
Okay, let's go for it.
Man, I was really hoping for 425.
Okay, we're gonna. Okay, you want to see 425 on the paper. That's what you know. Everybody has a goal. Everybody wants to see.
Honestly, it was more of a hope than a goal. I was hoping.
You know what?
400. I would have been upset with under 400 because just given what it is.
Sure.
But I figured 425 was pretty realistic.
We're gonna raise the bar from 6,000 RPMs to 6,300. Yeah, see, it's gonna stabilize. It's gonna be at. It's gonna be there somewhere.
Yeah.
You got good torque numbers too. So we're gonna take it to 6,300. So we maxed out the timing, we maxed out the air fuel ratio. I think we're good. All we need to go is a little bit higher RPM, which we're going to take it to 6,300 RPM. I think we're going to finalize it there. Then we're going to switch to E.F.I. You guys ready? Stay tuned. Here we go. Fan, please.
Perfect.
You ready?
Yep. happy little motor. There it is, 6,200.
There you go.
430, 429.7.
There's your number, 6,300 RPM.
420 torque, what was it? Yeah, 420 torque.
420, yeah. 420 torque at 4,700.
Yeah.
So it's always consistent at the same RPM. At that 4,700, you got 420 foot-pounds of torque. And at 6,200 RPMs, you got 430 horsepower. So you met your goal.
There we go.
It's good.
Are you happy with that?
I'm happy with it. If your wish is good, you maxed out your timing. If your wish is done, you maxed out your RPM. I think you're ready to go to E.F.I. What do you say?
Let's
You
do
ready?
it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. I predict we'll make the same horsepower. If you tune the E.F.I correctly, it should do the same horsepower. What do you think, Pat?
I think it's going to be. This is a fantastic carburetor. So the Holley XP750. So I think I got my work cut out for me to beat that. So I'm hoping to match it, but we'll see. I mean, we can really tweak the AFR, so we have a lot of play. And what we're going to do actually to make this really fair is I'm going to be running the same distributor and timing. I'm not putting my E.F.I distributor on. We're going to be running that distributor exactly how it is. So really, it's just apples for apples against the actual throttle body versus the carburetor. You know what I mean?
That's right.
We're not going to put timing in the mix of this.
Okay, so you're paying with fuel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
All right. I can't wait to see this. So far, it's got good numbers on our carburetor. Let's see what E.F.I can do. We're back from removing the carburetor and installing the E.F.I. So Pat just finished installing everything. The throttle body injector, he put it on a laptop. You know, when we run carburetors, you run like a 5, 6, 7 pounds of pressure. And when you run a fuel injection system, you're under a high pressure pump, which Pat has installed here. So he's brought his own kit.
We're going to be running 60 PSI plus of pressure.
60 PSI, and of course, he's going to tune it with his laptop. All I got to do is press the key and the accelerator. And the rest, the tuning, is all up to Pat on his laptop, which we call today the new generation. And what have you got here, Pat?
So this is a MSD, Atomic 2, which is basically like a Holley Sniper. If you're familiar with that, Holley Snipers are really the popular model. This is just kind of the same thing, except it has a fuel pressure regulator, a little bit of a different design, but uses the same software. And what we're gonna do for this test is we're not touching the distributor. We're gonna be running the same ignition time. We haven't touched anything there. We're just doing the throttle body versus carb, just the fuel side of it. We're gonna leave the ignition alone. And so it's just apples for apples.
So we're gonna match the air fuel ratio to the carburetor.
Well, we can do exact air fuel ratio, or we can play with it because that is the option with the fuel.
Of course,
you know what I mean?
Of course, you want to max it out. So we're gonna compete carburetor versus E.F.I.
Yeah, because the thing is with carburetor, you can only do so much fine adjustment, where with E.F.I, I can kind of command an air fuel ratio at any point, right?
I knew that carburetor worked well.
Yeah, it did work good. So I got my money cut out for me, and it might not be the first pull I'll take.
Okay, so let's see how this E.F.I is going to do against my 750 Holley that we just took it out of the dyno room. You know, I've been playing with carburetors all my life. I haven't played with too much fuel injection. My friend Manny does. I see you do also. So let's have a little competition here, carb versus E.F.I. So we maxed out on the carburetor. So let's see what this does.
Let's do it.
And we're going to take it to 6,500 RPMs. We're not changing timing. All we're doing is playing with the fuel. So we've done nothing else. Everything else seems to be good. Let's just compete now, E.F.I versus carb.
Give me key on.
I know my carburetor's good. Let's see what this guy does. Okay, Pat, I'm ready.
See it? Might take a few cranks. I think there's still some air in that throttle body and no fuel line.
Okay, here we'll just crank it a bit. Let's get it working.
This is just off a base map, so we have really no, this is just a first startup, so we really have no idea how close it's going to be really when we start laying into it.
happen here.
Let's see if let me see if I got RPMs.
Okay.
I want to make sure. I don't think I wasn't seeing an RPM signal.
Okay, it's on the distributor. The green one.
Yeah, it should be the blue. It should be there. Yeah. Okay, let's try that again.
Okay,
let's make sure we got an RPM signal.
Okay, let me know when you want the ignition on.
Yeah, key on?
Key on.
Give her a crank.
Okay, all right. Air fuel ratio is good on idle. RPM is 700. Okay, here we go. We got the idle, we got it running.
We're gonna just get it up to 10. Well, we run at 160, 170.
Of course. Let's get the.
You can rev her up if you want and see how she.
Okay. We're good. Okay, we got the water temperature up and we're ready to make a blast. Here we go, E.F.I, our first test. We're gonna take it at the same RPM at 6,500 maxed out. Here we go.
Give us some good data.
Wow, pretty cool, right?
We're almost there. Not bad for a first pull. Oh, what's that? So we're a little down on torque. I don't know.
Well, it looks like we're a tie.
419.5.
Okay.
419.9. 419. Oh, wow.
420.
Jeez.
Oh, we got the same. Look at that. Is my dyno consistent?
Isn't that nuts?
Hey,
oh, 420 here.
420 at 4,700.
So we're 14 within
Look
0.1.
We're at.
Okay. And then
the carburetor's had 1 horsepower.
wow. Hey, that's first pull.
Now let's tune it. Okay.
We gotta give the.
I'm just bucking you. Okay, that looks pretty good on the first pull. All right. So far, what we see here under the first test that you've done so far, the air fuel ratio looks pretty good. Looks like it's a tie. Same torque numbers, same horsepower. So if you want to go into more tuning, let's go.
Yep.
And at the same time, let me disconnect the coil that we're not using. Okay, so let's go check out the spark on the coil tower, because I forgot to disconnect the coil because we got power going to it even though we're not using it. So let's go turn it off. Let me just disconnect this. Here we go. There we go. We don't need this. That was cool. Ignition on.
You got it.
Hey, that went pretty good. That went pretty good. Same numbers, all in the same range. Same RPM, same torque.
Consistent dyno, eh?
Very consistent, eh?
Consistent engine, too.
Well, I'm telling you, ever since I've changed those electronics from Superflow, I'm very, very, very grateful that we did the change. I want to see the winners of carburetor because that's what I've been doing all my life. I'm playing with 6-packs, long rams, max wedge, dual quads, and 6 barrels or whatever. Right here we got Pat today with his engine. He's playing with carburetors and fuel injection. So we're trying to see with the same engine, just playing with the different induction of fuel carburetor versus E.F.I. So far we did one pool with this E.F.I. and we seem to be matched out at the same horsepower, same torque, and also at the same RPMs. So he's going to see if you can tune it anything better or worse. We don't know. We're going to do some further testing and we'll see who the winner is. Let's put a 6-pack. If you guys wanted to know the truth, is because the reason why the whole world with the automotive industry has gone to fuel injection is to prevent choke issues, flooding, easier starts when it's a cold weather, and of course consistent idle. So no, after all, the fuel injection is a better system. I know it and we all know it. But you know, I grew up with carburetors all my life. I do with a lot of old cars with carburetors. So I still do the best I can with what I've got, max wedge, 6-packs, dual quads, or whatever you want to call it. But today's cars, this is what we got. And our everyday vehicles are all electronic fuel injection and they run great.
So I run a Holly Sniper on my pickup, and honestly, like, I've tuned a lot of different E.F.I systems and stuff, and I haven't really had a chance to really dial my truck in. So I thought, you know what, this is a pretty good road trip for me. So I thought, I'm gonna take the time. I'm gonna, every time I stopped for gas, I went through my data logs and was cleaning up the fuel map. And I actually, and I'll do a video about this on my channel, but I was actually able to achieve better gas mileage than that truck did that came from factory, which surprised me because it is, you know, it's about a 350, 375 horsepower small block 355 in there. You know, cruising down the road. So if people are interested in that, I will make a video about, you know, what the gas mileage actually was and what I end up, you know, maybe a few tips on how to get better gas mileage with a system like this. So.
And of course, the fuel injection also is a better improved miles per gallon, per liter, or whatever you want to call it, gallons. That is the reason why E.F.I. Better gas mileage, easier starts, better cold weather to start your vehicle. Anybody has just turn the key without putting gas pedals. You eliminate the choke, better gas mileage, and whatever. But I still have my 6-packs, my dual quads, my long rams, and my cross ram.
We're gonna try to smooth things out and see what it likes. The beauty of the fuel injection is we can actually tweak things a little bit more than we can with the carburetor. So this might be all it has. It might make a little less, but we can play with the air fuel ratios a little bit more than we, I was trying to match it to what the carb was, and it made the exact same. So now let's see if we sweep it a little bit richer. Let's see if we pick up some torque and power.
Okay, so let's do test number 2, see how it goes. Yep.
Do I have to?
Sorry? Maybe because I had the ignition on for a long time, maybe? Okay, I just turned it back on.
Okay, yeah.
Try now?
Try again?
Running very lean. You're running very lean, Pat. Whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
He's only playing with the air-fuel ratio.
See if it likes that.
So we're ready to make test number 2?
Let's do it.
We have to put the rod back.
Oh, rod
Yeah,
down.
put the rod back. Okay. Good point, Tony. So Pat, you did some air fuel measurements?
Yeah, we did some tweaking. Let's see. Let's see if
Okay.
it like that or not. Might
Let's
not.
go. All right, here we go. Test number 2.
Is it way down on power?
Yeah, I don't think they liked it.
What was going on there?
I don't think so. Let's check the air fuel ratio.
That was weird.
Yeah,
It sounded weird.
You need to change
Did the
anything?
timing move?
oh, that's pretty good. It can't be that bad. You've lost power. Something went wrong.
I don't know if the timing moved or what. I think it did. Oh, it did. It loosened off again, Nick.
No, you're kidding.
No, I knew it sounded
Oh,
funny
you're
there.
kidding. Let me see that.
It like came right off.
I could see it better from the other side. If you want to check with the cameras, Pat, we'll see everything. Oh my God, it did move. Yeah, here, I'll put it back where you had it. Right there.
Let's see if we can get this hold down better.
Here,
I wonder if we're gonna have to put another gasket because it is.
and let me ask you something. Is the bolt not bolted? You know what? Take out the bolt for example.
Yeah.
I want to make sure you're not bottoming out the bolt and it's not compressing enough.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll put a washer there just in case.
Yeah, let's throw a washer. It might help.
Okay. When we did the timing with the carburetor and the E.F.I, it was just advanced a little bit on the
That's
advanced
where it's
side.
right now. Yeah, yeah, it's exactly the same.
So you'll remember, okay?
Yeah, we should be able to.
It went back up there. Let's see if the distributor moved, okay? Let's go take a look. If not, let's put a gasket.
Oh, it's hard to say.
I'll tell you. Let me see. I tightened the bolt pretty well. If you want to check it. Oh, it looks like it looks. I think it's where it is.
Yeah.
It may be slightly advanced, slightly, just a little bit off.
Yeah, I don't know. The timing light shows good, so.
Yeah, I just want to check it again with the timing light.
You want to check it again?
Yep. Let's make sure. I'll put it on. I'll start her up, and let's get going. We're almost there. Won't be much longer. We put the timing back where it was, 36, 37 degrees. So he's playing around with the air-fuel ratio, and now we're back to another test. Okay, here we go. I think you ran it a bit lean there.
Is it lean a little bit?
I think you ought to run it a little bit lean. Let me take a fast look. 13, 30, yeah, see, look.
Yeah, okay.
All right, you ran it too lean. Here we go, we're at 418 when we were making close to 430 before. Anyways, that's why we're here, to keep testing. Okay.
You might notice on video, I'm not showing my laptop screen. That's for a specific reason. I find when I show tunes and stuff, guys will try to replicate that tune exactly for their engine, and we know that each E.F.I system has to learn for that exact engine. So I've asked George not to show exactly what I'm doing, because I don't want guys to just copy my screen, zoom in and copy my screen, and then have issues, and then, you know, kind of blame us for, you know what I mean, like not having problems with their E.F.I system. So this is not an E.F.I learning course. This is more of just the comparison. So that's why I asked George not to show the screen, just for that reason. So hopefully everyone's okay with that.
So you guys, if you guys are trying to tune in E.F.I, tune in on that particular engine that you've got built. It all depends on the application, and then you take it from there. Yep. Okay, you reaching that out?
Should be,
all right,
yeah.
let's go.
Should be a little bit richer now.
Let's see. We're still having decent numbers there, but let's not run lean, eh?
Yeah.
Starter. Here we go. I think I saw some good numbers there. There we go.
434.
434. 434. The torque numbers didn't gain.
We lost a little torque, but I
Yeah.
think that was a tuning thing.
Don't forget, if I am correct, the leaner it runs, the more horsepower. The richer,
Yeah.
more torque.
Can we see that? Can you pull me up the air fuel gauge or air fuel? I'm
we
seeing
go.
maybe a difference between side to side. Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's a bit in the
still
right here.
Yeah,
I look
see?
at this here. Yeah.
Okay, so if it's, okay.
You're
So
a bit on-
I'll
you're-
check my login.
Okay, go ahead. But we made the power. You just want to get some torque back.
Can you give me key on?
Sure. There you go. From what I see here, from what I see the tuning, so far the E.F.I and the carburetor are very, very close together in horsepower and torque. So far so good. After all, I'm using a very good HP carburetor that my brother got me. And now, of course, Pat is trying to tune it to the max with the E.F.I, and then we get a result and then see which one does better. But from what I see, the E.F.I is a little bit ahead. But after all, carburetor's not far behind, let me tell you.
So what was that, 435 on the last one? What did we get?
Sorry? Yeah,
434 that time, eh?
that was pretty
Nice.
good. But you know, you don't want to run too lean.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
that was, it was weird. My my O2 was reading a little differently, so I richened it up both sides, but it's on a different bank too, so.
What's the CFM on that throttle body?
Rated, I think 8 something.
800,
Yeah.
eh? See that? It shows it right there. On the 750 on a 1.2, 1.3.
Yeah.
So
I
it
think,
shows
I wanna
that's
say
more.
865.
Okay, this one's more than 750.
Yeah, yeah.
It is. You get, if you know how to read your numbers, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
you know what you're doing. Okay, here we go. You ready? Here we go. Something happened there. Hey, did we run out of fuel maybe?
No, what happened? What'd you see?
I don't know. Let me see. No, I did 6. Okay, I did it. All right. No, I didn't. No, I didn't see anything. I made a mistake. No, you know what happened? The machine, it was cutting off at 65, and I was still holding it.
Oh.
So I see it bouncing, and I said,
Oh, okay.
because I wasn't paying attention to the RPM, I was paying attention to the gauges.
Yeah.
I kind of lost it. Okay, here we go.
So
You're still good there, right?
so we brought the torque back.
Yeah, we got it back, 420. There
Okay,
you
now
go.
give me my air fuel ratio. So now does
The
it
fuel
work?
ratio, you're good. I would leave it there. I think. High 12s, low 13s.
So between, yeah, so just to make it quicker.
Right here. Where is it?
56 to 58. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. We're just gonna lean it out at a certain RPM and try to get our horsepower to the max. The torque is back there at 420 that we had before with the carburetor and with the fuel injection. We're just trying to bring the horsepower up a little bit just by richening it out a bit at about 56 to 5700 RPM. Just bring it out a little bit richer. And I guess that will be it. Yeah, that's it. Okay. We did some adjustments there. All we're doing is playing with air fuel ratio, and here we go. All set?
Yep.
How do we do there? You're back up there. 425, 426, you got here. 425 torque. You got your torque numbers up.
Okay.
Yeah, there it is. You're good. Horsepower, 428.
What are your air fuel ratios showing there?
Okay, let's see what we got.
So maybe it's going a little bit too rich at
Yeah,
the top
you
now.
did, yeah.
So I should leave. I should almost, because it made
Yeah.
more the most torque now, right?
Torque, yeah, 425.
That's
What-
the most.
what,
It's,
where's
that's the
that?
most it's made, I think.
Here, let me show you. Right there, 425 at 4600.
So that's the most. So
4600. So let's check at 4600. Where are you? Yeah.
So it likes that, and then it needs to be leaned out.
That's right, to get more power.
I think one more pull, and I can probably make that happen.
Go right ahead.
Because now it liked the lean at the top before for peak horsepower,
that's exactly
but it
right.
wanted that. So
that's one good thing about the laptop. You can adjust the RPM.
Well, the E.F.I, that's what I'm saying. It's like you can adjust each individual point, right? So that's really the only big advantage over carb, but like as far as tunability. But I mean, some guys can spend hours and hours on a carb and might be able to get that, but not always, right?
Here is at a fingertip.
Yeah, exactly.
Go ahead.
No. Key on? Yeah, there you
Key on.
So we should have kept that 420-ish torque, right? Which we did.
Well, it's still there. Look,
yeah.
419, one number.
Yeah.
You're still pretty good. So the torque numbers are still at 420, 419. We're still there.
Yeah. So we got the torque back because when we found when I richened it up, we lost the torque. So
That's
now basically what I'm trying to do is keep that torque.
Keep that torque.
Lean out the top end to get the horsepower.
Yeah, so we got a 426 horsepower at 6200. We want to get into the 430, 434 range like we did earlier. So it looks like you're going to have to lean it out on a higher RPM. So Pat, tune in for that. Do the air-fuel ratio. Let's see what happens.
That's good.
So what Pat's going to do now, so we can try to get back into the 430 horsepower range, he's going to lean it out at a higher RPM of above 5800 RPM so we can get our 430 plus horsepower. So he's going to tune in on that, and let's see how it goes. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Temperature's not bad.
It's going to go on. It's going to go on. So let's see if we got it.
No.
No, we didn't get it.
We're down.
Yeah.
Interesting. Show me.
Maybe you should put it back where it was.
Show me the air fuel.
Okay, here we go.
Or did our distributor move a little?
Yeah. Oh, I think the distributor moved.
Yeah.
If those numbers are down. That you know when you're tuning with a laptop, the air-fuel ratio, at every RPM you could change the air-fuel ratio. So that's what Pat is doing. So he's trying to pinpoint it. So it's time consuming. So what I can see from now on, that you could be working on it for a while to max out your horsepower, your torque numbers. Like I've seen you doing with your laptop. You were trying to play with the air-fuel ratio just by playing with the laptop on a fuel injection. Throttle body or multi-port, it doesn't matter. You still
same thing. Yeah.
Same thing. So from what I've seen from test after test, we gained about 8 more horsepower with the E.F.I over the carburetor. Torques were the same number at 4,700 RPM. 420 foot-pounds of torque.
420, yeah.
And horsepower, you came in at 434 versus 425.
Yep.
425 on the carburetor, 434 on the E.F.I. And we did some tuning on it with your laptop, the air-fuel ratio, and it was pretty good. And what we came ahead with was the E.F.I by a few more horses. But if you put a lot more time in it, time consuming, Pat can stay here all night, tuning every 100 RPM, playing with the air-fuel ratio to max it to the maximum horsepower.
And that's just it. It really comes down to the simplicity. And I think that's the biggest argument when it goes to carburetors, like where these people say, I can fix that at the side of the road. Sure, that, you know, sometimes that does apply with the carburetor, but if you're addicted to the precision of fuel injection, and let's talk about that for a second. This is really a real basic fuel injection setup. This isn't port fuel injection. This is just a throttle body injection system. And they really work quite well for what they are. And I think a lot of guys get discouraged with tuning because, you know what, sometimes if you can't do this custom tune, it's a lot of driving for it to self-learn to that point, which you learned on the other test that you did. But at the end of the day, you know what? Pick what you like. You know what I mean? Really, if you want to take the time and learn how to laptop tune and play with it, it is addicting. So that's the thing, right? But with a carburetor, you get to a certain point, and that's what you have. You know, that's what you're at. And really, for what a carburetor is, it's a magical device. If you ask me for how simple it is, how well it worked. You know, we did a couple jet changes. We were bang on with our jet changes the first shot. And
I noticed when we matched the air-fuel ratio, we were right on the money.
And that was the interesting part too, is I tried to, the first pull, I tried to do the exact same air-fuel ratio as we did on the carb, and it was bang on. So, you know, it goes both ways. You could spend hours drilling carbs and changing, you know, especially with XPs where there's such tunable carburetors, and maybe you can end up with the same result. So really pick your poison, honestly. Like, it's really, they both have their pros and cons, especially when it comes to this throttle body style injection. But you know, for price point versus.
But what I've noticed, you could really fine tune it with a laptop.
You can really fine tune it
without using any tools. All you gotta do is use your fingertips, play some keyboard, play the keypad, and of course you get the way what you want without playing with the carburetor.
Which isn't for everyone as well, though, right? Some guys would rather change a few jets, and you know, it really comes down to what you like. And how much money you want to spend.
That's right. I also want to say, back a few years ago, we did a carburetor versus E.F.I here in my dyno. And that time when we did the job, we were just practicing. We were just learning how to use the E.F.I. You know, maybe we didn't do that very well with it, but you know, we were just learning. We just threw it together. We did the best we can, but nothing like today. So what you came here, what you did here with the laptop, it was really, really good.
I feel it was a little bit more fair. I know some people might say, you know, have their comments and stuff, but I think it was a little bit more of a fair comparison, trying to like match the air fuel ratios.
Of course.
You know, because like I said before, it's like the amount of driving you have to do to get that fuel map to learn to the point by itself to do that, where I can go quick and manually change it and then get it closer faster.
Of course.
So the least amount of adjustments that the O2 sensor feedback has to make when it's running, the better the engine, the more power it's going to make. So that's where the addiction comes in to get that fuel map perfect, and that's when you end up with the most power. So, but like Nick said, we could spend all day really tweaking it, because we found, you know, certain RPM, like certain air fuel ratios, and it makes quite a difference.
You can play with 1 horsepower per RPM. Yeah, so that's how fine tuning you can do with the laptop.
And with a simple system like this, you know what I mean? And really, it's just a throttle body injection, right?
And there you have it. So everything went well. I like the way we had no issues with anything at all. Everything went well. Fuel injection, electronics, laptop, and dyno. Everything went very good. So I'm very proud of what happened today.
The dyno is unbelievably consistent, which we found.
You know, we had to update it a few years ago.
Yeah.
And I'm very, very happy with the results.
Yeah, it turned out really good.
And don't forget, that's a very, very modern carburetor that we use a 750 HP.
Yeah, pretty much the best.
So it's not an old carburetor. I got one that was high-tech, you could say.
Yeah.
And everyone went very well. So you gotta thank your viewers for the choices of the parts you put in the engine. So what do you think?
I think it actually is a really nice combination. If you really look at the power, it likes to scream. There's no valve adjustment. We're making, you know, upwards of 430 horsepower. We got enough vacuum to.
Oh yeah, you've got power brakes.
15, 16 inches of vacuum at idle.
That's right.
We have tons of vacuum. The thing has just been flawless all day. So, you know, the viewers picked an excellent combination really at the end of the day. And
also hydraulic cam, so you don't have to do any adjustments on the rockers.
There's nothing to adjust in the thing.
And it's on pump gas.
Just pump gas, yeah. So,
of course, you did some work on the cylinder heads.
A little bit of work on the cylinder. Not much, really. Mostly just clean up. And but I would just say, for a guy that's looking for equivalent cylinder heads, maybe the E.F.I enforcers, that cam, that compression, this intake, like, and if you wanted to make this into a 383, expect a little bit more torque and a little bit more power out of it, right? So, but it's a really good starting point. I'm quite happy.
And you know what? For a street car, this is perfect.
Yeah, really. You put this in a Nova or Chevelle or something. We got a nice, especially a stick car. You rev it out to 62, 63 like that. Great. It's a nice little engine, right?
And I want to thank Pat from Piscataway Performance that came here and brought us into the Dyno Test here at Nick's Garage. Pat, it was a pleasure. I want to thank you for coming.
Had a great time. Yeah, had a great time, Nick.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. And you guys, if you look down below the video, we have a whole bunch of merchandise that you guys can buy. So whatever you like, buy it, love it, wear it, and enjoy it. And help spread the word of Nick's Garage. And if you have some time, check out our Patreon page. We have extra content and you guys can watch it and take it from there. And we'll see you next time.